At corporate governance, we have 5 objectives. The first one is to optimize available financial resources. The second is to manage and control our cash flow. The third one is to look after our human resources. The fourth one is to make sure that we comply to all our protocols and procedures. And the last one is to organize meetings. Our team consists of myself, Sally Bosman, and Mamelu Ramusebi. If we have a look at the finances, we're going to compare the budget for 2019 versus the actual income and expenditure for 2019. Starting January 2019, ending December 2019. If we have a look at the actual versus budget, our total income was 3.4% higher than the budget, 36.8 million. Our actual 38.1 million, and that is due to a 2.7% increase of carcasses slaughter. We budgeted 3.155 million and we slaughtered 3.241 million. Other income is interest received on overdrafts, and the total amount is 827,196. If we have a look at expenditure, our expenditure was 1.2% higher than budget. Budget was 36.8 million. We've spent 37.2 million. Two things I want to point out. Business development, just over $1 million higher than budget. That is due to a vet program for our developing farmers, and that can and must be calculated with consumer assurance. If you have a look at consumer assurance, we've spent on actual 5.8. If you add that, we're more or less on par with the 7 million. The 819,391 surplus will be spent in 2020, and that is normally spent on the business focus areas where we underspent the previous year. If we have a look at the budget for 2021, the budget is calculated according to the levy agreement with the NAMC. Now, if you have a look at the income derives from 2 variables. It's the carcass slaughter and then the levy income increase per carcass. Now, the carcass slaughter, we estimate a 3% increase year on year. And if you add then the levy increase of 5% per year, the total income for 2020 is budgeted on 40 million for the year. The total expenditure is a function of the percentages that was agreed in our agreement with the NAMC to spend on the different focus areas. So I'm going to hand you over now to Sally Bosman to continue.
SAPO has 33 scheduled meetings a year. The meetings continue even with COVID in our midst. Meetings are held with Microsoft Teams. Executive board meetings is composed of 8 members, the CEO ex officio and 7 ordinary members elected from the National Council. Willie Miller serves as an independent board member and Johan van der Walt is the chairman. The National Council is composed of 27 members, the CEO ex officio and 26 regional member representatives elected by producers. A provincial representative meeting was held in June with Microsoft Teams. Manco meetings is composed of the head of each portfolio within SAPO. Apart from the SAPO representatives of the NAMC, Department of Agriculture and Monyetla Investment Fund serves on the Business Development Committee. Gary Sinyatsi is the chairperson. Professor Francois Siebert serves as chairman of the Research Committee. Willie Miller, an independent consultant, serves as chairman of the Audit Committee. Charles Brock serves as chairman of the National Pig Health Monitoring Committee. Informal Pork Advisory Group is composed of representatives of SAPO, Johan Kotse and Marita Himan, as well as representatives of processors and retailers. Willie Miller serves as chairman. The Monyetla Investment Committee is responsible for project development and Isabel Brecker serves as chairperson. Johan Kotse and James Jenkinson represent SAPO and Nico van Aert represents Bethlehem Agri. COVID-19, SAPO staff was able to work remotely even before the pandemic. When we were all forced to work from home, there were no interruptions. Staff meetings were conducted with teams twice a week to keep everybody connected and as involved as possible. The BDMs, whose work is mostly in the field, used the time to do online Microsoft courses. Other staff members followed suit. Individual and group well-being calls were done with staff members to discuss anything but work and to ensure that everybody was emotionally doing well. Level 4, with the implementation of Level 4, SAPO compiled a protocol to ensure that the SAPO staff could safely return to the office. Johan and I first returned to attend to all the necessary preparations. Humans are by nature social creatures, and therefore being in the same place serves a human need. SAPO staff seeks contact with each other for collaboration, teamwork, and productivity and was eager to return to the office. All staff members were relieved to be back, even though it was on a 50% rotation basis. 3 days at the office and 2 days working from home. Team staff meetings were reduced to once a week. With Level 3, 75% of the staff returned to the office on rotation with 4 days at the office and 1 day working from home. Weekly staff meetings continued. Membership and elections of 2020-21. Every farm that is a registered member of SAPO and slaughters at an abattoir receives 1 vote for every 50 commercial sows or part thereof and 1 vote for every 1,000 grows or part thereof. The number of sows determining the number of representatives per regions is 6,800 sows per representative. At the May Executive Board meeting, after consultation with the SAPO lawyers, it was decided to cancel the 2020 elections and maintain the status quo of the National Council and the Executive Board. The members of both committed themselves to serve for another year. We want to express our appreciation for their commitment.